Being a landlord ain't for everybody. It's not. And a lot of people are talking about the benefits of house hacking. Not enough people are talking about the trade-offs. House hacking can definitely be one of the fastest ways to lower your housing costs and build wealth, but it's not for everybody. In this video, I'm breaking down the pros and cons of house hacking, who tends to strive with this strategy, and who is better off just taking a path that's better for them. A different path, if you will. In this video, I'm talking about the real pros and cons of house hacking, who is best suited for house hacking, who is better off just going a different path. I also created a quiz. I'll put it in the comment section below. It's basically there to help you figure out where you are in your home buying journey. It's like 6 questions, and it will help you understand if you are a good candidate for house hacking, if you should just be going the more traditional route and getting a single family home, or if you should be sitting back observing for a while, maybe save a little longer before you start on your home buying journey. If it's your first time seeing my face, hi, my name is Tanika. I'm a real estate agent in the Houston, Texas area. I'm also a veteran, and I help other veterans build long-term stability and wealth through real estate. Now, I do want to give a little disclaimer. I do have to use my iPad today because my mind is all over the place, and I want to make sure that I stay on track and I cover all the points that I need to cover and not some other points that have nothing to do with this, because I can ramble with the best of them. Anyway, let's get to my first point. What is so great about house hacking? Actually, what is house hacking? House hacking is basically purchasing a home and having the other people that live in your home help you pay for it, whether it be a tenant or a roommate. So basically, you're splitting the cost with someone else on your mortgage. A lot of people use this strategy because it dramatically decreases the amount they have to personally pay towards their loan. I've used this strategy. I bought a duplex in 2021, and I had inherited actually a tenant, thankfully. And so she and I were paying my mortgage. And it worked out for me because once I lost my job, I didn't have to worry too much about how much I'm paying towards my mortgage. Not even how much, whether I could or pay my mortgage or not, because she was helping me pay it. And so that's why I always encourage people to house hack, because you never know what could happen, but also because it dramatically lowers the cost that you have to put into your mortgage. For most of us, housing is the biggest expense that we have, but just focusing on the financial aspect of house hacking and how it can help you financially could be a huge mistake if you're not considering your lifestyle. Because yes, house hacking can help you start to build wealth sooner, because a lot of people use the strategy of house hacking, and then after they've lived in the unit for a year, then they move on to another house and house hack that one as well. And a lot of people use this strategy to build their real estate portfolio. And so people hear real estate portfolio and think, oh, that's for investors. I'm not an investor. I don't know nothing about investing. And they completely remove themselves from this incredible opportunity. You don't have to be an investor to house hack. I wasn't an investor. When I decided to house hack, I didn't know anything about investing. I didn't know anything about being a landlord. I just knew that I wanted a place that I could live in and where someone else will be helping me pay the mortgage for a while. Someplace that once I'm ready to sell it, it will continue to make me money. I wanted somewhere where I could provide housing as a private landlord and not worry about how I was going to cover the cost of the mortgage. So don't count yourself out if you don't think that you're an investor, or the word real estate portfolio just makes you want to curl into a ball or sit in a corner or something. So don't count yourself out if you don't consider yourself an investor. Now let's talk about some of the cons. Your privacy. You'll be giving up some of your privacy, especially if you use the roommate house hacking method. Now, you will share common spaces with your roommate. And so yes, some of your privacy, you'll have to give that up while you're there. If you use the multifamily strategy, which is buying a duplex, triplex, or quadplex, you can use your VA loan or a conventional loan to buy a residence up to 4 units. So if you do the multifamily route with a duplex, triplex, or quadplex, you will be giving up some of your privacy, and that people know when you're coming in and out of your house. They can hear your door closing, they can hear your garage opening, they can see when you're coming in and out. You don't lose, not all of your privacy, but you don't lose as much privacy as if you did the roommate house hacking method. But you do lose some because you share a wall with somebody, or you share a ceiling and a wall with somebody, or just a ceiling, but you're sharing a wall with somebody. And so they can hear what's going on in your house sometimes if it's not soundproof in your home. They know when you're coming in and out. Just those things, those parts of your privacy will be affected when you're doing the house hacking method. Another point I want to make, and not a con, is that house hacking comes with responsibility. You have a tenant or roommate, and that tenant or roommate is looking to you to take care of any type of repairs or anything that could get in the way of them having a peaceful living environment. And if you don't want that responsibility, I'm not going to say house hacking is not for you, because you also have options. You could get a property manager. That's always an option. But if property management is not in the cards for you, then house hacking may not be the way to go. If you are not willing to take responsibility for all the maintenance in the home, if you're not up to the task of doing background checks on your tenant or getting up to date on the laws in your area when it comes to tenants, in the event that you have to evict someone, or in the event that someone's late on their rent, it's important to know and set the rules when it comes to renting in the home that you own, because you do own the home, so it's on you. The strategy works best when it's aligned with your finances and your lifestyle. Sorry, a bit of a change of scenery. My light went out, so I had to come get some of the natural light to finish this video. Anyway, back to my point. It's not a passive home. You live there as well as your tenant. So you want to make sure that everything is up to snuff. So this strategy works if it works well with your personality and the level of privacy that you're willing to give up. Just because it's working for others doesn't mean it will work for you. So don't go deciding to do it just because it worked for other people. You know what I mean? Don't force yourself into a strategy because of other people saying that it's the smartest thing to do. It's the smartest thing for them to do. It might not be the smartest thing for you to do. What I've noticed is that people think about house hacking and they stop at thinking about the financial benefits. But you also have to decide, is this a lifestyle that's best for me? Am I going to enjoy living next to my tenant? Am I going to enjoy sharing a driveway with somebody? Am I going to enjoy sharing common areas with them? Do I want to be sharing common areas with somebody? These are things you really need to ask yourself before you get into this. So if I had a friend that said, Tanika, I want to get into house hacking. I saw a duplex that I really want. What do you think? I would say, okay, friend, that sounds like a good idea. But how much do you enjoy sharing your space? How much do you enjoy having a neighbor that shares a wall with you? What's your plan with this duplex financially? And how much flexibility do you actually want? Because, friend, the strategy that works is one that you can stick with. And so if you remember that quiz I mentioned earlier, on the quiz, one of the questions talks about sharing a space and managing a property to help you understand if you should be getting into a single family home, going the more traditional route, or if you should be looking into house hacking, or if you need a little more time and should save up a little more before you start looking into buying a house. So go down into the comment section and take the free quiz just to see where you stand. And I'm going to leave you with this. Don't be out here copying anybody else's strategy. It's important to find out the strategy that works for you, because at the end of the day, you have to live there. And so the best thing for you to do is talk to a realtor, talk to a lender, talk to someone you know personally that has tried house hacking, if you know someone, and measure that up against where you are, how it will work for you, what you think about the opinions of your friends or people that you know, and what you think about the information that you receive from a realtor or lender. Yes, I personally think it's the best way to go when it comes to buying a house or building your real estate portfolio. But for you, you may not think it's all that. So don't go into this thinking that it's the best because of what you've heard from other people. Figure it out for yourself. Find out if it works for you. It works, but it may not work for you. Anywho, thank you for getting to the end of this video. It's been a little bit of a struggle. We done moved a few times in this video, but thank you for sticking with me and making it all the way to the end. If you like what you see here and you got some value, you learned something new, please hit the button. If you want to see more videos on house hacking, home buying, VA loan, real estate in Houston, please hit the subscribe button so that I know people are watching and I should continue to making more videos like these. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Respectfully, your realtor, Tanika.